so I know I've been promising to make this video for like a super long time. I've been super busy, and yeah, but yeah, so this is it. So a while ago I posted a picture of these little like origami lotus flowers, bobby pins that you can put in your hair. They look really cute. I don't actually have it with me right now, but I'll post a picture. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab a square piece of paper. So that can be just plain origami paper like this. This is actually what I made the original ones out of. You do get quite a small flower, though, probably about this big, but they're still really cute. Or you can use something like this, which is like wrapping paper, which I'm actually going to use just to show you guys how I made them, because it's a little bigger, so you can probably see it. But yeah, so this is just plain wrapping paper. You can probably get it at like a dollar store. You want to get something that's a little stronger though, like if it's too flimsy, it just rips and it's so frustrating. But anyway, so you're going to grab your paper and you're going to put it pattern side down on the table. So you have this big white staring up at you. And then you're going to fold the corners together like this. So you have a nice little triangle like that. And then you're going to fold it again, like that. So you have two diagonal lines that make a triangle. If you've done origami before, probably really familiar. So then you're going to take it and you're going to fold all four corners into the center. So again, like if you ever made those like fortune teller things like in middle school, where you like do the whole 1, 2, 3 fold, who you're going to do. Yeah, so you're going to do that with all four corners, really simply. Just like that. So you have a nice little ball. Then you're going to do it again. All four corners into the center. Okay, so you have a nice little package. Okay, and then one more time you're going to fold everything into the center. So 3 times, all corners into the center. And this is why it's easier, like if for your first one, it's easier, a whole bunch easier if you use like a bigger paper rather than small paper, because it does get kind of tight, especially near the end. Plus it's just easier to work with. The other thing that's going to make it easier to work with, if you can actually cut your paper into a square. I'm kind of incapable of cutting anything into an object that resembles any shape that's formally accepted as an actual shape, but it does make your life easier. So 3 times, you're just going to keep folding it into the center for 3 times. Then you're going to flip it over so all these little flippy bits, these triangles, are down against the table, and you're going to fold all the corners into the center one last time. And I know it seems like, what the hell am I doing? This does not look anything like a flower, but I swear it's actually going to start to look like something. And this is again why it's easier to use bigger paper, because otherwise you start to get to the point where you're just like dealing with a tiny little thing. Okay. Now you're going to end up with something that looks kind of like this, and it is going to want to like fold out on you and stuff. And then your other side is going to look something closer to this. Now, here's where the hard part gets to be. You're going to take one of these corners, okay? So, and then you're going to kind of try to bend it towards you just a little bit. Because what you're going to do is basically try to fold this corner inside out, which is a little weird to explain, but when you guys are trying it, it'll be a lot easier, so that you get something that looks kind of like this. Okay? So there's your petal, and then you're just going to go along and do that to each corner. Bend the corner in towards you just a little bit, push it down, and I find it helps if you hold your thumb right there so you can kind of push. Otherwise, and again, this is why you want to use stronger paper, because this is the part where if your paper is going to rip, it is just going to shred, and you end up with like this little tiny piece of like shredded paper, and it does not look like anything. Okay, and then once more. And sometimes you'll get a corner and it just does not want to go. But you just need to be really patient and really careful, because if you get angry or like frustrated and you just start like pulling on it again, it's just going to rip, and then you're going to even be more frustrated. And then if you're like me, some weird demon like takes over your voice and you start making sounds like because that's my frustrated sound, and I'm not quite sure why. Kind of creepy. I'm kind of creepy. You guys are probably watching this with me together, because I don't really want to like just sit here and be silent while I do all 4 quarters of this. What is wrong? Okay, so now you have your 4 corners. Not quite done yet. You should still have these little flaps. You're going to kind of push them up. These are so much easier to do. So again, just kind of, you're basically just like turning these all inside out. Step that off. I do make my own sound effects. So you should end up with something that looks a little bit like this. And then this is what the other side looks like right now. And then you see these little things? Hold those up. So we don't really need to turn these guys inside out. They're not that cooperative, but if you just kind of push them out, they give a nice little like pedal effect. And it's kind of cute. Okay, and that's the lotus flower all folded. So it's not that hard. It's pretty simple. And then this again is to make this actually into a hairpin. You want to just take like a normal bobby pin, like this guy. Really simple, and then I'm going to take the glue gun that I've had over here. Don't pull things out by the cord from the wall. It's not good for that. But anyway, you're going to flip it over. I like to put this dab of glue right in the center. And you want a decent piece. You don't want it to be too small, because otherwise your bobby pin's not going to stick, but if you make it too big, it's really not going to go very well. Bobby pin, I like to stick it so that place, the hole where that catches, it stays like this. So there's that little space there. That's going to be what I'm going to push in. And then if you really want to be careful, you can kind of put another dab of glue over top of the bobby pin. It's not necessary though. This is the bigger one, so I want to make sure that it's going to stay. And then basically you're just going to sit there and let that dry, and then it can go in your hair and look beautiful. Ta-da!